Well, a few years back, I was just out of college, so I had to decide what to do with my knowledge. So I looked in the want ads a little bit to see who wanted an English lit major. Nobody. Well, I panicked, I fainted, I got real ill. I saw a doctor, and when I got his bill, I fainted again. Then I looked at the bill again, and that's when I decided that ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to be a doctor. So I arrived at med school, and I must confess, I was really inspired by the opening address. I was told a doctor doesn't care about fees, but dedicates his life to stamping out disease. I was told to stamp out germs. I was told to stamp out worms. Then I was told to stamp out Medicare. Well, school was great for a second there, strutting around like Doc Kildare, but then I went to the bookstore, and to my surprise, I saw the books I had to memorize. Mythology books, neurology books, 200 or 300 psychology books, not to mention anatomy. They had them in Latin. I got the English translation though. Thought it might lose something in the original. Books cost me $1,000, not even counting the U-Haul it. Sold my bed to help pay for 'em. Didn't need it no more. So I learned all about the human system. So many facts I could never list 'em. I learned pneumonia makes you shiver, and the heart pumps blood. Or is it the liver? Well, you can see that my biggest lesson was in head anatomy. Yeah, I learned a lot of things can go in one ear and right out the other. But I stuck it out. I even passed my boards. 2 years later, I was on the wards. Inexperienced, green as grass. Plenty of times I felt like a chump at first. But then I met this nurse who sympathized, helped me with my homework, refreshed me on things I'd forgotten, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Well, then I was taught to examine the heart, but one patient I got really gave me a start. She's about 22, Liz Taylor's looks, and a body they left out of my anatomy books completely. But I controlled myself and very discreetly examined her heart, cleverly concealing my embarrassment. Put the stethoscope over her heart, shut my eyes and listened intently. Then she taps me on the head, says I might hear more if I put the stethoscope in my ears. Well, pediatrics I did adore, but nothing compared to the delivery floor. I had one patient in labor pain, crying deliriously for her man. Henry, Henry, I heard her call. I spied her husband sitting in the hall reading Playboy magazine. I said, "Henry, why don't you go to her? You're her husband, ain't you?" He looks at me and turns the page and says, "I'm her husband, Doc, but I ain't Henry." Well, that's the gist of the med school story. Lots of work and not much glory, but when you graduate, you're finally free to live the life of luxury as an intern. But if it's money that you want to earn, all you have to do is specialize about 18 years. I've made my choice. I'm gonna be a child psychiatrist. Then if any kid comes in saying he wants to be a doctor, I'll tell him he's nuts.